Welcome to my new channel, guys, and welcome to the world of Runes of the Abyss, a new roguelike dungeon crawler that blends exploration with the strategic depth of JRPG turn-based battles. But every adventure has a story, and today you'll meet the person behind the magic, this guy. Runes of the Abyss is a love letter to the games that defined my childhood. I wanted to combine the relentless challenge and randomness of roguelikes with the more tactical turn-based combat of JRPGs. I wanted to create a game that feels new, but somehow reminds us of a simpler time when gaming was less complicated. My combat mechanics are heavily inspired by classic JRPGs like Final Fantasy 7 through 10. Here you have all the classic commands that you would expect to find in the JRPGs of that era, like attack, items, magic, etc. And the exploration part draws from the other well-known games like A Link to the Past or Ocarina of Time, where the idea is to explore every room to solve puzzles or find items that allow you to keep progressing through the dungeons or larger world. And for Runes of the Abyss, I combine those ideas with more modern roguelike mechanics to emphasize replayability. But it wasn't just about blending genres. I wanted to create a game that truly captures the excitement of exploration, where each run feels fresh and exhilarating. The idea was to design a world that constantly surprises you with randomly generated items, bonuses, and teammates, ensuring that no two playthroughs are ever the same. Whether you're a seasoned player or a newcomer, each time you dive into the game, you're faced with new challenges, new strategies, and new opportunities to discover. The randomness isn't just a gimmick, it's the heart of the game's replayability. I wanted players to feel that thrill of building up your team, enhancing your abilities, and powering through act after act without dying, because to me, that adrenaline rush of being close to breaking through a tough platforming challenge or a puzzle or a combat challenge is the best part of gaming. Developing the demo for Runes of the Abyss so far has been an incredible journey. I started out with just a simple prototype about 6 months ago, something that barely worked, but I knew there was potential. As a solo-ish developer, and I say solo-ish developer because I am working by myself really, but I did use some pre-made assets for this game. Every aspect of the game, from the coding to the UI, was a labor of love. There were a lot of late nights, debugging sessions, and creative roadblocks. There were times when I doubted if I could pull it off, but every time I saw the game coming together, it reignited my passion. The most rewarding part has been seeing how the game evolved from an idea to something tangible that I can share with the world. This is my third game that I've done in Unreal Engine. My first project was called Side Quest, which is still technically in development, and was a large open world RPG. It was more of a learning project since it took me over 5 years of getting my hands dirty in Unreal Engine before I was comfortable enough programming without tutorials. But I really bit off more than I could chew with such a big solo project. My second game was a smaller, more personal one called Pally. that's Pali, which I used to propose to my girlfriend, now fiance.
Hi.
It's a story-driven game focused on one specific person, obviously, but it will be available for anyone to play on itch.io for free very shortly. For Runes of the Abyss, I was more confident in my abilities as a game developer and game designer, and my background in web design helped tremendously for creating all of the 2D assets for the game. For the 3D assets, I had to learn Blender for the first time as I used purchased assets from the Unreal Engine marketplace for my first two games. Learning Blender for Unreal Engine was an adventure in itself, and surprisingly, it turned out to be a lot of fun. At first, the idea of diving into 3D modeling seemed daunting, but once I started exploring Blender, it became this incredibly rewarding creative outlet. There's something magical about bringing an idea to life from a rough sketch to a fully realized 3D model that I could then import into Unreal Engine. The process of sculpting, texturing, and animating in Blender allowed me to add a personal touch to every element in the game. Every time I saw one of my creations in the game world, it felt like a huge win. It wasn't just about making assets, it was about learning a new skill that opened up endless possibilities for the game's design, making the whole development process even more enjoyable. So, what makes Runes of the Abyss different? First, there's the unique blend of roguelite exploration and turn-based strategy combat. In the demo, you'll need to explore the first dungeon, where every choice matters. It's not the layout that's procedurally generated, but the items, treasures, and teammates. You get a chance to create a new JRPG style party with every new run. Combat is turn based and tactical, with a system that rewards smart thinking and planning. And on top of that, the game evolves with you. Each playthrough is a new experience that carries over your current run's total points over and unlocks new abilities that should make the next run a bit easier. New players will see that memorizing the dungeon rooms' layouts, optimizing synergies between party members, and managing your resources will greatly help you in your quest to progress through each act. Creating this game has been a journey, but it's not one that's over yet. I have created a Discord channel that I will post in the description below, and the community's feedback and support will be invaluable to the game's success. Every suggestion, every playtest, every word of encouragement will help shape Runes of the Abyss. And I'm not stopping there. The demo is just the beginning. I'm already planning the second and third acts and maybe even some new content based on your feedback. This game is for the community and I'm happy to keep building it with you. So that's a bit about me and Runes of the Abyss. I'm thrilled to have you along for this journey. If you're as excited as I am, please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and follow the game on Discord for all the latest updates. Runes of the Abyss coming soon to Steam and maybe PS5 and Switch. Stay tuned, adventurers.